textbooks, notebooks. We're going to take about 3 slides of notes
Oh,
to set us up for checkpoint 4.
This will help you pass my content.
Right? That's what I love to hear, Alex. Civil War.
I already finished the year in history. Don't have to.
All right. So let's talk about border states. We talked a little bit about border states last week when we were looking at the Civil War itself. So border states include Missouri, Kentucky, West Virginia, Maryland, and border states are a slave state that did not declare secession. What is secession? Who can tell me? I've heard Tony today. Can anyone else tell me what secession is?
Aw, come on.
Amanda, do you remember what secession means? No? Chris, what's secession?
Jesus.
Shout it out, Shama.
Withdraw from the U.S. to separate the country.
Yeah, so states that seceded were states in the South that were trying to form their own country. Right? So what we think of as the Confederacy or the South in the Civil War, those were states that declared secession. In general, they were slave states, but these border states were exceptions because they were slave states that did not declare secession. Did not declare secession. So what side of the war did they fight on, Kalara? Neither?
North.
North.
No, the North.
Why? Tony?
I think they fought on both sides because the South had more of their ideals, but they stayed with the North, even and didn't secede with the South.
They didn't fight on both sides. I will tell you that.
Were they mutually
It
neutral?
was the North.
It was the North. So they functionally were on the side of the North, though the relationship was a little more strained.
Did not declare from
Were they neutral states?
So Travis just said it. They were technically part of the Union. Because they did not declare secession, they are still part of the Union. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
So even though these are states where slavery was allowed, they did not declare secession, so they are still part of the Union.
Oh, I get it.
Got it?
It's like when you're part of Apple Music and you don't cancel your subscription, so it's still charging you.
That's exactly right.
Sure.
That's exactly right. Okay.
It's a nice analogy.
So within these states, within the border states, slavery is legal, though culturally they're very torn on the idea of slavery.
So slavery was legal.
Legal. Legal. So take 30 seconds and talk to your table. How do we think Lincoln feels about these states?
But it was.
Wait, which
Pretty bad.
Wait,
Border
which-
states. Take 30 seconds, talk to your table. How do you think Lincoln feels about border states?
Wait, so it was.
Lincoln probably has mixed views on them because they stayed and are trying to get, or in his opinion, getting better, but they are not in a place where
That would have happened. That would
That guy.
The whole union to be free.
All right, Alex. What do you think? How do you think Lincoln feels about these border states?
There's a wild guess, but he probably didn't feel so comfortable with having slave states as part of the union, and he probably wanted the whole union itself to become free states, so he would feel more comfortable with standing as right. But since there's slave states in the union, I don't think he would have felt that.
So he's not super comfortable. He wants the whole union to be free states. Corinne, what do you think?
I think the same thing. I think he would have wanted to try and get them all the way to act how the other northern states do.
So maybe he's trying to keep the border state, wants to sort of turn the border states from slave states into free states. Does anybody else have a thought? Any volunteers? How do we think Lincoln feels? Remember, we're on the precipice of war. A war is about to break out in the United States.
Nervous, maybe?
How so,
Wondering what they
Travis?
might do.
Sorry, say it again.
Wondering what they might do.
Wondering
Just
what
nervous.
they might do and nervous. I really like that answer, Travis. So you're sort of spot on. Though he did ultimately, Alex and Corinne were also right, he did ultimately want these states to become abolitionist states. He wanted them to be free states. Throughout the war, Lincoln was always afraid that these states would switch sides and declare secession.
But that would make sense.
Does that make sense, Matthew?
Yeah.
So these states, 4 states, Missouri, Kentucky, West Virginia, Maryland, they're slave states, but they're with the Union. But Lincoln is always afraid throughout the war that they're going to switch sides and fight for the South because they're so internally torn on the issue of slavery. Any other questions about this slide? We get this? We get border states? Alara. Morris says
But
so.
they didn't though, right? They stayed throughout,
Let's keep you on the edge of your
Does it
seat.
say on
Let's
that
find out.
Union some of them did.
Let's find out.
oh, yeah,
Okay, so this is just a map so you can picture it. Up in the blue we have free states, so they didn't like slavery and they didn't like secession. These little diagonal line states are the border states. So they liked slavery, largely, but they didn't like secession, right? And then we have the actual Confederacy, which liked slavery and wanted to secede.
Wait,
What's secession? Who can tell Isaac?
when you
They
break
wanted to be
away
their
from.
own-
Raise your hand, raise your hand, raise your hand. Matthew.
I don't know. Wait, no, wait, yeah, wait. It's like if California was to be like, nah, I don't want to be a part of America no more, then we would break away from America and become our own country.
So,
Honestly, we should.
so that's what the southern states wanted to do, they wanted to be their own country?
Yep. Shalma, can you read our definition of secession one more time that you read for us?
Withdraw from the US to separate the country and the Confederate States of America.
Withdrawal from the U.S., our in Civil War context definition is withdrawal from the U.S. to form a separate country, which at this point was called the Confederate States of America.
Hey.
Make sure you jot down really quick, Isaac, what's secession. So, in the context of the Civil War, how would having border states on their side help the Union win? Travis was dead on, saying that Lincoln was nervous about the border states. So why? How does having the border states help the Union win? Take a minute, think about it.
The Union's north, right? Yeah.
Union's the north, yeah. Take a minute, think about it. Does the Union win in the end?
Yeah.
Do we have slaves in the United States of America?
No. Not legal slaves.
Good point. I see you.
Because my people.
Take a minute, think about it. Isaac, what do you think? Hold up, Sam. Why would having the border states on their side help the Union win in the war? Don't worry, I'm gonna create some slack and call Sal, 'cause he's not paying attention. Hey Sal, why would having the border states help the Union in the war?
You were bad at whispering, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can you ask that again, please?
It's on the board, in the box.
I think I know.
Why would having the border states on their side help the Union in the war?
What do you think?
I mean, to be